beautiful souls, it's Kerry with the full moon in Aries forecast, which is happening on the 6th or the 7th of October. On the 7th, it's 2:17 p.m. And this chart I cast last week before I realised it was daylight saving, but it will still apply. So the sun and the moon are always opposite of each other at a full moon. So we'll see that the moon over here is at the 15th degree of Aries, and I'll just see if I can hold that up. And up here you'll see the sun opposite in Libra. So they're always opposite each other at a full moon, and I'm going to talk about the significance of this full moon. So the moon is full at the 15th degree of Aries, and there's a Sabian symbol associated with each degree of the zodiac. And this particular degree, the meaning is an Indian woman weaving a blanket in the light of the setting sun. And this Sabian symbol book by Linda Hill has the meaning, or her interpretation of the meaning of each of the Sabian symbols, which were downloaded in the early 1900s by a high-level psychic called Elsie Wheeler in conjunction with Dr. Mark Edmund Jones, who was a very accomplished astrologer. So we need to kind of have a look at what the meaning of this is for the collective, for humanity. Opposite, obviously, is the sun at the 15th degree of Libra, and the meaning of this degree is circular paths. So we want to think about cosmic cycles. We want to think about bigger picture cycles, and we want to think about what this means to be someone sitting quietly, peacefully. You can't weave whilst you're multitasking. So the concept of weaving is to sit, to contemplate, to be still, to be task orientated, to be focused. And the setting sun, in my opinion, this is a reference to the passing of the old age. And I would say, if we think about that as the age of Pisces, and this idea about a new age coming for us, which we are already in. But what I want to say about it is we have continuous cycles going on, and this 15-degree Libra sun, circular paths, directs us to that idea of the cosmic cycles. We're in a really important time right now where people are feeling the energy of upgrades and downloads. And I don't know if you've been feeling it, but the last few weeks I've been feeling really tired in a very unusual way. I'm usually a very energetic person, and I have just been feeling like, what is going on? I've spoken to other people and they've reflected something similar. So humanity is being upgraded for the future where we will be new kinds of creatures. And Pluto is still in an out of bounds position, and what this means is that we are seeing changes in the power structure on the earth. And the Pluto is at the 2nd degree of Aquarius, and this is just the beginning of a long journey through Aquarius of about 19 years. And the Sabian symbol associated with this degree is an unexpected thunderstorm. So continue to expect the unexpected. Things will continue to be revealed and disclosed. Pluto is in a trine aspect to the planet Uranus, which is at the 2nd degree of Gemini. So this is a trine between Aquarius and Gemini. So this is communication, but it's also internal communication, higher level communication to other dimensions as well. So don't be surprised if you start to feel downloads or messages, or feeling like you're getting guidance in a way that you haven't perhaps before. Some people, if they've got the planetary configuration in their birth chart, that would just be normal to them. But this is something that's going on for the collective and will continue. Okay, so the planet Uranus is in Gemini, as I said, and it's in what's called a sextile aspect to the planet Neptune. And Neptune is in a sextile aspect to the planet Pluto. So we are seeing this kind of ease of transformation going on. And what I would suggest is be as internally focused as possible and avoid giving your attention to things external, because it will zap your energy. It will put it this way, you can't take it out. If you've seen it, if you've heard it, your body's got to process it. It's a little bit like eating a bag of lollies, right? You might enjoy it for a short period, but your body then has to process that. It's the same with the mind. So if you can find a contemplative state, and think about the Indian weaving the blanket. So not only are we weaving the blanket, we are weaving the stories of our ancestors, weaving the stories of those who've come before us, not just our own personal ancestors, but the stories, the myths, the legends. And we are encapsulating that into some form that will protect us like a cloak, help us to weather the storm of what's coming. Because there's an aspect between this full moon and the black moon Lilith, and it's a quintile aspect. Actually, no, it's a biquintile. Let me just check. Biquintile aspect. And so at the degree of the black moon Lilith is hunters in heavy coats shooting wild ducks. So there's this sense of the hunters being protected in their heavy coats, going out after the wildlife. So what I'm going to say about this is think about that blanket as holding all of the things that keep you grounded, keep you sane, keep you understanding who you are and what you're here for. And then imagine wrapping that blanket around yourself so that you're protected from the things that will come after you. And I would describe these not so much as physical hunters, but say spiritual hunters, soul hunters, where we need to perhaps hide our light a little under this blanket until for our own protection, until the time is safe to disclose our light, which is coming. Saturn is at the 28th degree of Pisces, and Neptune is conjunct at the 1st degree of Aries. And so there's this sense of re-emergence for us as humanity and taking responsibility for our spiritual journey. So darlings, do your best work. I think that's all that I wanted to say. Perhaps try to find something contemplative to do where you create something. And if it's something you can use your hands for, a little weaving thing, perhaps make yourself a little friendship bracelet. It doesn't have to be complex. It doesn't have to be a whole Persian rug or anything, but just something simple, something that signifies who you are and your connection to those who've come before you. So even like a little bit of macrame where you're thinking about the ancestral line. If you really want an analogy for it, think about the DNA. The DNA is the cord or the material that connects us all in a triple spiral to everything that's come before us. And so that's a good kind of image to have. And the blanket, obviously that's for protection, it's for warmth, it's for comfort, it's for safety. So think about your protection and don't put yourself in danger. All right, darlings, I hope that was helpful. I'll do a short version because some people just like a really quick snapshot and other people like a bit of a longer explanation. In terms of this full moon, there's not a lot of aspects that are going to be useful in the sense that the only aspect that the sun makes is basically to the moon, which is the opposition, and there's a couple of aspects there between Uranus and Saturn, which aren't of great significance, but the moon is making some important aspects, and I've already covered the ways that you can utilize that. All right, darlings, so take care, and I'll be back with more. The full moons keep coming around every month, and then we have the new moons in the fortnight preceding them and after them. All right, darlings, take care and do your best work.